Hi, I'm Angela from Angela's Wild Kitchen, and today I have Natasha Punin with me. She runs a business called Flourish Wellness. She teaches yoga and meditation in the Redlands, and she runs corporate workshops around Brisbane. And one of her big focuses is meditation, and that's why I've decided I'd like to ask her some questions about meditation, just so that you can understand how it can increase wellness in your life. So Natasha, can you start by telling us what drew you to meditation?
Initially I was drawn to meditation via yoga. I started doing yoga when I was 16 because I was a bit agitated and a nervous person, and it naturally progressed from my introduction to yoga and mindfulness and meditation become an add-on and a flow-on from that.
Great, so with that in mind, how does meditation help you in your daily life now?
Considering and looking back over my life and my journey from the beginning of meditation to where I am now, it's dramatically changed the way I react to people, the way I move forward in my life. I practice mainly mindfulness meditation, and that gives me the opportunity to assess how I'm feeling, how I'm thinking, how I'm approaching a situation. So when I first started many years ago, I was anger first. So if a situation arose, I became very angry, very agitated, and I didn't give a lot of thought to what I was doing. And with the practice of mindfulness and meditation, it allows us to stop, to breathe, and to reassess and come back to centre and evaluate the situation for what it is. So it gives you a lot of clarity, a lot of purpose, and it saves a lot of energy from the mind wandering and continually worrying about what's happened in the past, what's happening in the future, and enables us to come back to centre and to breathe and to feel a little easier.
Can you explain to us what the different forms of meditation are so that people understand that there's actually a variety to choose from?
There's two different, I suppose, branches of meditation. There's that traditional meditation where you see yogis sitting, quietening the mind, being really still and quiet, and then there's mindfulness meditation. And mindfulness meditation has moved from a form of Buddhist meditation. And what it allows us to do is to become mindful and in a meditative state no matter what we're doing. So not having to come onto the yoga mat and to be still. You can actually become mindful and meditate no matter what you're doing. So there's watching the breath. There is watching the body sensation, so feeling into each body part. And as my father does so beautifully, he gardens. His mindfulness meditation is being outdoors, being in the garden, where he's in the zone and in the flow. Some people will fish. So it really depends on what you're drawn to, and some people struggle with sitting still and having and quietening the mind because their mind's so used to being busy. And that's where yoga also is very important, because it enables us to move the body, to move that energy within, and then we can sit into stillness and potentially quieten the mind because we've been focused by the mindfulness movement. Then we can meditate and relax a lot easier.
Great, so there's actually a lot of variety for people to choose from. So when working with clients, what sort of benefits have you seen them experience by including meditation in their lives?
The benefits the clients have said to me over the years are a feeling of well-being effectively. So then don't feel as stressed, or when they feel stress coming on, they have the tools and the techniques to be able to minimise the impact of the stress. Memory retention, they don't feel so foggy in the mindscape because they're not continually worrying about something in the past or something in the future. They enable them to bring themselves back to centre. More energy, less tired, and the biggest one has been less stress. So they've come to mindfulness and meditation classes because it's in the corporate landscape, it's free, so they come and they leave after a 5 or 6 week course profoundly changed, because they realise that how they cope with the situation and how they respond is totally a choice, that they didn't realise that they had a choice to make their life what it is that they want to be by small changes. You don't have to change a job or move house or do anything drastic to have that sense of well-being and happiness. It's sometimes the way we approach a situation, and that's the biggest impact I've found over the years with our clients. For anyone that's truly interested in the traditional form of meditation where we sit and we quieten the mind, there are apps that you can use for that. There's Insight Timer, which is a free app, and it has 10,000 actual different guided meditations on there, including music for different emotions and feelings. And most importantly, to come and to sit in quietness and stillness is important, but to be mindful and to be aware that the mind doesn't always quieten. It's about slowing the flow of the thoughts to the point that they will become a few in a minute as to opposed to maybe 500 in a minute. So the objective is not to have a totally quiet mind. It is to have those pauses in between thoughts, and then those pauses become longer and longer and longer. And it's like any exercise. If you want to be a bodybuilder and train, the muscle needs strength and you need to continually go to the gym and to train. And it's the same with mindfulness. The mind is a muscle, and if you don't use it, you lose it. And it's the same with meditation. You need to practice for it to become second nature and almost to become perfect and to build those muscles within the mind.